Hello everyone, it's so good to be with you again today. I wanted to encourage you and I've been praying for you today. And the Lord had given me a good word to encourage you today. Let us go to the book of Psalms. We're gonna be seeing Psalm 13. I'm gonna be reading you the whole verse. Let's read together with me. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts? And every day I have sorrow in my heart. How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, O Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. My enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me. This is the Psalm of David, and David had been going through a lot of pain in this time. He had been going through a lot in his life, and I think in this moment that he was writing this song, he had so many enemies seeking to kill him, seeking to take his life. But David went to God in prayer, and he felt so down. He felt like death is near him. He didn't know how he's gonna be going through this trial, And today we all have an enemy. We have a common enemy. And as I've been watching news and every day, and this is the only thing that is on the TV right now is that virus. So, David in verse 5 and 6, after he had been going through all the complaints to God, and he let God know his feelings, and he went to God and saying these complaints. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? Maybe you are going through something right now, and you may have thought that God has forsaken you. You are not sure exactly how are we going to be going out through this time, this crisis now. But let me tell you something right now. David in verse 5, he took time and he had to realize that he can trust in his God. In spite of all that he had been going through, all the enemies that have been after his life to kill him, to take his life. But you know what? And he looked back in verse 5 and he reminded himself that he has someone he can trust. He has someone he can rely on. That was God. And he said in verse 5, he said, but I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. And he said in verse 6, I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me. He reminded himself about God's love, and he had to realize that God's love is unfailing. God's love would never fail him. And he said, you know what? My heart can rejoice in his salvation. And he said, I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me. Remember, in spite of all that going on right now, God has been good to you. Yes, he has. If you can wake up today and you can live, you can breathe today, remember of his goodness. It's just because of his goodness. I like the fact that David realized that he can trust in God because his God loves him and his love will not fail him. Why did David know that he can trust in God? Because his love would never fail him. Let's go to Psalm 25, 125. Psalm 125, David says something about those who trust in the Lord. Here's how we look like. This is how we look like when we can trust in the Lord. David says that those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken, but endures forever. And David says, as the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people, both now and forevermore. When you can trust God, if you trust God, you are like the Mount of Zion. You know, you cannot be shaken. You cannot be shaken. Because God is the one who surrounds you. And God's love for you, nothing can change it. There's nothing that can change God's love for you. You know, when you feel down, when you feel discouraged, when things are going around you, you can understand. You can just feel sometimes God is even forsaking you. But in the reality, God is here with you. And God's love is unfailing. If you can trust in God's love today, you are like the Mount of Zion. You cannot be shaken, but you will endure and you will stay strong until God brings salvation, until God brings us out of this crisis. I pray God bless you. I pray you feel encouraged today, knowing that God's love is unfailing. Have a good day.